YouTube once again. Welcome back. What the crap's going on? The battlefields of Total War Warhammer. And yes, Bretonnia again on the other side. I've had a lot of focus on Bretonnia, and I'm probably going to wrap it up sometime soon, but really wanted to give these guys the look that they deserve for being a new faction. There are two Pegasus Knights, the Fey Enchantress, leading an army that consists of peasant mob, foot squires, peasant bows with fire arrows, a Grail relic. And let's see if there is any other cavalry for the Bretonians. There is over here, questing knights and a Grail guardian. So the Cryptors are going to have to be a priority target, and the Mortis engine will drop extremely quickly, and as will Cryptors. These flaming arrows are going to be absolutely brutal. Graveguard now getting into combat with the Foot Squires. It will take the Foot Squires quite some time to cut through this, if they cut through it at all, so the Vampires can try and rely on that, while trying to use the Blood Knights to shut down the movement of the Pegasus Knights, who are now going after the Mortis engine. Mortis engine plowing on in. Pegasus Knights, one unit of them going, oh, the Blood Knights, yes, turn around right there, those Pegasus Knights. But then there's questing Knights. If those guys don't get charged, they can dish a ton of damage to the Blood Knights, especially if they have Grail Guardians to help them tank. So this could turn into a nice engagement for Bretonnia. Yep, the questing Knights get in uncharged. Pegasus Knights are wrecked, but the Grail Guardians and the questing Knights might be able to do some work here. Let's see. I think they're trying to attack the Vampire Lord, though, instead of the Blood Knights, which I believe should have been their target. The Mortis engine suffering badly at the hands of these flaming arrows, but look at this. The nice investment if some dire wolves might clutch out the saving of the Mortis engine here by getting into these archers, and dire wolves will be plenty to get rid of peasant archers, but the Mortis engine possibly too late. It is crumbling. Some spearmen are chasing it. It's healing, but it's also got the Enchantress after it, and it looks like the dire wolves trying to bail it out, but it's not going to work. So the living Mortis engine, the Fey, she takes it down. So the Mortis engine down, not good news, but the Blood Knights back here are tanking out a significant number of Bretonnian units. Nice use of the zombies here blocking the retreat of the cavalry. That is exactly what you want to do. And you see here that the Foot Squires, although technically superior to the Graveguard, struggle to cut through them in a timely fashion. The Cryptors are not yet dead, which means these guys can provide some extremely important support. And the Bretonnian archers are not a factor at the moment due to the dire wolves, so a clutch play by the Vampires. Unfortunately, the Cryptors are going down fast. Unfortunately or fortunately, it depends on whose side you're watching from. These Blood Knights are in some pretty big trouble. There is a Chalice of Potions Comet coming right down in the center of them. Massive damage done there, but now remember the Vampires, though, they can resurrect, not just heal. So something to keep in mind. Earthblood now being used over here for Bretonnia, and a nice regroup Pegasus charge. Those are not Royal Pegasus Knights, though. We'll see whether it's enough. The Bretonnian infantry line is still struggling to cut through the Vampires and failing to do so in some places. The Vampires, it takes a while for the Bretonnians to try and cut through them. And the dire wolves now with the rear charge. It's not going to break the leadership of the Bretonnians, though, because of the Fey Enchantress and the Grail relic nearby, but at least it keeps them busy for a bit longer. And out here, though, the Red Duke and his Blood Knights just really cutting through the meat of the Bretonnian army, which was all the cavalry. Look at these Graveguards, 77 kills. Could be some peasant mob that were mixed into their spears, but still, they're getting work done. They're definitely getting some work done. The Bretonnians are starting to hurt. It's still a fairly even fight according to the balance bar up here, though. Questing Knights got 90 kills, probably quite a few zombies among those. Invocation of Nehek is up, so... And it was just on one unit, so it must be running short on magic right now for the Vampires. Check out the Red Duke trying to bust through here and get to the Fey Enchantress. Oh. Yeah, if he gets a hold of her for too long, then she may no longer be the living Mortis engine, but she may join the undead Mortis engine. The Blood Knights slowly starting to fail over here, but they can probably tank out the remainder of this. Their leadership is definitely faltering, but that's not uncommon for Vampires. Look at this, the peasant mob being thrown in. The Fey Enchantress thinking, hey, peasant scum, go get this undead boyfriend off me here. It looks like the Red Duke is back on the hunt here. Vampire infantry is crumbling. So many vampire units crumbling. You got Blood Knights back here crumbling as well. The Red Duke chasing off the Fey Enchantress, and it's a good thing she couldn't just sit around here and leech hit points off these Blood Knights. Well, I mean, that is if you're the vampire player. There's a fair number of peasant mob left, but none of the fire peasant bows with fire made it back. The vampire's actually shown at a bit of a disadvantage right now. Fey Enchantress, she can't get away at the moment from the Red Duke. These spearmen right here could be used, as well as other infantry, to try and give the Fey Enchantress... Oh, those Blood Knights took a hit from that comet once again. The Fey Enchantress is in trouble. She is in trouble. Her infantry is falling apart, and she can't run from cavalry forever. She can try, and she's succeeding at the moment. These Pegasus Knights regroup, but they may only have one charge in them, if anything. And the rest of the Bretonnian infantry is actually getting wrapped up. The Grail Relic's still alive, but it's kind of... It's not super important at the moment. These Pegasus Knights did get a kill on that charge. And getting rid of the Blood Knights would be huge for Bretonnia. And the Blood Knights are struggling. They're crumbling. This one's gone. This one's about to go with them. This is going to be a close, close fight. So all Blood Knights off the field, and there is still three Pegasus Knights left. So Bretonnia all of a sudden may be looking a little better, but this Raise the Dead here is going to be important as well. All those extra hit points that Bretonnia has to chop through, while the Red Duke is able to try and hunt down the Fey Enchantress. She's not done healing, and neither is the Red Duke. If the Enchantress can stay away from the Red Duke, then she will win this. The Red Duke's going to have to try and chop his way through all this infantry. And he might be able to do so. I would think the Enchantress wants to get close to the Red Duke just to try and leech away the... Does she have Mist of the Lady? I think she does. Yep. So she's just going to want to stay in proximity to vampire units as much as possible. Yeah, the Red Duke is doing quite well in combat here. And these zombies don't crumble, I don't even think. Well, I mean, they could crumble, I guess. Yeah, they're crumbling. But the zombies, always a nice way to try and extend the combat a little bit. If they could raise more zombies, it'd totally be worth it. But I'm sure that if he had magic to do so, he probably would have already done so. Yeah, killing the Grail Relic here could lead to victory as well. The Red Duke is still able to heal. He's using Arcane Conduit, so likely to pick up a few more magic reserves. And you can see the Grail Relic trying hard to avoid the Red Duke. The Bretonnian player knows how important it is at the moment. These Bretonnian infantry, it's the only thing really helping these guys hold on. The Red Duke manages to break out of the infantry blob, and then the zombie raise right behind it. That's going to hold all the infantry back, so the Red Duke is going to smash the Grail Relic, and there is nothing that Bretonnia can do about it at the moment, except for drop this Comet. I don't think it'll do much to the Red Duke, even though he's sitting right in the middle of it. We'll see, though. Nope. Did very little, other than kill a lot of zombies. Which kind of is a big deal, considering the low magic that the vampires are dealing with at this point. The Grail Relic is gone, so that's going to be the end of the Bretonnian infantry. And without her infantry, the Fey Enchantress is going to suffer mightily at the hands of the Red Duke. So quite a fight by the Enchantress. She's speed 95. Red Duke is quite a bit slower. Only 66 speed. So the Enchantress can try and kite him and use the Mist of the Lady. Look at her cycle charging there. The Red Duke hurting bad at the moment. Those Foot Squires still haven't routed. This is an epically close fight. And the Red Duke has the option to sit here and try and kill the infantry, or to try and chase the lady, and he's taking big damage. And it's probably the Mist of the Lady. She's going to want to stay here. Yeah, and then those little occasional charges there. Not a bad idea. It's definitely in favor of the Bretonnians at the moment, but it really just depends. The Enchantress is still able to use these infantry units to her advantage, and if the Red Duke could... Oh, man, she took a big hit there. Took a big hit. See with the Red Duke, he's still using Arcane Conduit. If he could get another zombie summon up, that would be huge. You can see the Enchantress trying hard to stay away from the Red Duke. He gets another big hit. No more healing for the Red Duke, and no more healing for the Enchantress. The Red Duke definitely has the melee advantage. Oh, the zombie summon. I don't think there's any way that Bretonnia can survive that. Ooh, the Red Duke, though, he's going to take some damage trying to push through those armor-piercing foot squires, but the foot squires now can't flee from the zombies or else they'll take damage. The Fey Enchantress is faster, and she can use her Mist of the Lady pretty effectively now. Look at it, just kind of eating hit points away at the Red Duke. She can outrun him. So this is going to be infuriating for the vampire player. Some spears came back over here. The Red Duke's got to be careful, because if he stays around the Enchantress, he just slowly goes from undead to dead. So smashes out the foot squires. There is a regrouped spearman at arms and a few other units. Yeah, I'm not sure how the vampire can pull this one off, because I don't think he can catch the Fey Enchantress. He would almost need all the other units to rout just to topple the balance of power. Let's see what happens. I'm going to fast forward. Oh my goodness, the Enchantress not going to run away and use the Mist of the Lady. She charges in and darn near kills the Red Duke. She's winning this right now because she's got the favor of the Fae. Crazy close battle right now. 160 down to 147. Holy mackerel, that was close. Because there's only like 100 hit points left. Wow, I did not see that end coming. But that ability there, the favor of the lady or whatever it was that gave her plus 58 melee attack, that darn near tipped it in favor of the Fey Enchantress. That nice charge there on Silvaron with the extra melee attack. Wow, that was something else. That was an epic battle, folks. Thank you, Thorin Oak and Ekthio or whatever it is, but that was an epic battle. Thank you. That was fun to watch. Nice job here with the Dire Pack, getting into those archers, by the way, because those archers, they did some devastating damage, but it could have been a lot worse. And the Claw of Nagash and the Cryptors ended up getting a little work done instead of none. Nice performance from the Graveguard, kind of as expected, and the Blood Knights killed a significant portion of the Bretonnian cavalry, and some of the Bretonnian cavalry numbers here are padded a little bit by zombies, but that's the way it's got to be. So there you go, a Pyrrhic victory, the vampire counts. That was quite a battle indeed. Did you all enjoy that one? I know I enjoyed it. Hey, thank you for being here tonight. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe. Helps me out a lot, and it'll get you notifications on the next videos that are coming out, and I promise you they're coming. I'm trying to bring you entertainment daily here. And I appreciate MSI sponsoring this build that I'm recording on. Very appreciative of their gracious support. And I will see you all next time in the battlefields of Total War Warhammer. HeirofCarthage, signing out.